All right, hello and welcome back to the official last day of HackerOne and the Horizon Media live hacking event. I have the Paranoids on with me, currently waiting to come on. We are going to wrap up the event, talk about the reason why these events are valuable, why they're organized, and also get to meet the team that's behind some of the best, if not one of the best, live hacking events, and also some of the most paid live hacking events, whether they're virtually or in person. So I'm going to switch over very quickly, bring on my guest with the Paranoids. Chris, you're up. You were already on the stream, but for people that missed the last stream, tell us who you are and what you do with the Paranoids, and move on to the next guest. Hold on, Chris. Hold on, Chris. I have. I think my audio is cut out real quick. Do that one more time. Sorry, I've been switching between computers. Do that one more time. We caught it early.
All right. So my name is Chris Holt. A lot of you know me as Flying Toasters on the HackerOne platform, or Humor for Fun in the Twitch chat here. I, along with Mark and Sean and Mac, run the Bug Bounty program at Verizon Media, and I've been working on this for 2 years now.
Mac being Cold Brew, who's also in the chat right now watching this.
Yep, Mac is a frequent on the Twitch channel.
Very
Sean,
cool.
you want to jump in?
Sure. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Super stoked to be here for the closing ceremonies for H1 2004. Ben, thanks for having us. Paranoids and HackerOne have had a great time at this event. My name's Sean Porras. I run product security assurance and bug bounty at Verizon Media, and the awesome team of Mac, Chris, and Mark are in our product security family, just killing it for bug bounty. So really happy to be partnered up with this group of exceptionally talented individuals.
Very cool. Thank you for joining us today, Sean. Mark, you are not only a top hacker yourself, $1 million hacker as well, but you also are a part of the Paranoids team. Quickly tell us who you are and what do you do with the Paranoids?
Mark Litchfield, also known as Bug Bounty HQ. My role in the Bug Bounty is, I guess, looking after the hackers. Let's keep it sweet and short. Looking at all the reports that come in, making sure everything's fair, and working along with Chris, Sean, and Mac, and just communicating with the researchers on the other side.
So how is it going so far? I mean, today's the last day, so I can't say so far anymore. How did it go from you guys' point of view? Was it a success? Was it better than expected, less than expected? How was it so far with everything that's happened?
Okay,
We'll start with you, Mark.
From my perspective, it was a resounding success. That's my own personal opinion. Just based on the bugs that were submitted in, had some fantastic finds, and that didn't just affect the properties in scope, but it was a much wider issue. So for us, it was fantastic. Or for me, my personal opinion, fantastic.
What about you, Sean? Given this was the first ever virtual live hacking event you guys have, organized with HackerOne, how did it go from your point of view?
Yeah, I got to tell you, Mark and I were chatting about this, Chris too. It was one of the most fun events that I've had. There were certain things that we did in terms of the cadence that we had with the HackerOne triage team, and just coming together as a community, forced to be separate, but coming together as a community in this global situation. It was just awesome. We found some great bugs. We identified some risks that were closing down, made some hackers happy, had a great event. For me, it was just a lot of awesome interactions. I really enjoyed it.
And Chris, you are no newbie to any of these live hacking events. You've been on this team for a while. You've been a part of all these events, I want to say. So going from all the in-person and live hacking events that you have done all around the world to a virtual environment, how was it so far? And what was how did it feel to do these online events?
So we were having this chat earlier. I think it was earlier this week, and we had another one last week and the week before that, where we all kind of hit the same note again and again. And it never really resonated with me until earlier today. We had one of our daily chat with our CEO that we've been doing across the company since we started doing the work from home thing. And today's chat with the CEO, he brought in one of, I don't know, I can't remember the woman's name, but She's like a world-renowned doctor talking about keeping yourself mentally healthy and how to cope with life changes now that we're working from home for such an extended period of time. And one of the things that she talked about that just struck me was we're all separated and we need to do that to be safe. But as a result of that, she's been seeing, and a lot of companies are seeing, and I've been feeling it with this event, that because we're separate, we're forcing ourselves to work harder at coming together. We're trying to be more social to keep up with the fact that we're not able to see each other. Um, we do these events, and everyone always says that the biggest value that we get is coming together and being able to build relationships between the programs and the hackers and the platform, and having everybody together, spending time together. And it's really interesting that we've been able to not replicate that, but we've done it in an entirely different way with this event, with the streams that you've been putting together over the past week, with like extra activity in Slack with the hackers, with more collaboration, I think, than we've seen at past events between hackers. And there's probably some other things that drove that. But there's all these different things that have come together that just, it feels like there's been a lot more interaction between everybody, which is what we want. That was our thesis, our goal.
And I think you guys very well achieved it, between everything that's going on with the event, the community being involved, doing some of these publicly facing events, streams, the closing ceremony afterwards. It's been a very unique experience. But I want to understand, why are these events so valuable to you guys? And at the Paranoids, you guys do them very frequently, and every time you guys have brought something new or made it exciting. Why is it so important for you guys to go a step beyond just doing a bug bounty program into getting into the live hacking event business to bring everybody together and hack? I'll start with you, Chris, since you're already on the screen.
Okay. It's all about the bugs, right? Our program exists to build bridges and find bugs. The mission is to Paranoid's mission is that we use our place on the internet to fight for our users, protect our corporate, consumer, customer data. And the bug bounty program fits into that, in that you all are our users, and you help us also protect our users by acting as a user in ways that everyone doesn't expect usually when we're building things. We have 50 more people at this event than the 10 on our product security team. 50 new minds that are looking at applications versus the 3 or 5, or if we had everybody, 10 people that are on the Paranoids team that are working on these products. So we get those thousands of hours of testing on these particular things, and we bring that change to each event in different ways. We bring different products. We change the I'll say scope, but that's not really the right word. We change the parameters of the events to highlight different topics, or get people to poke in different ways at the applications. It's all about finding and fixing.
Yeah, I'm also curious to understand, how did it work as far as the process goes with triage? And Mark, maybe you can help us with this one, from validating it with the HackerOne triage team, and then internally, because my understanding is when we're all in the war room, right? What we call the war room is a triage room where you, the Paranoids and the HackerOne triage team get to sit around and discuss the vulnerabilities. You have engineers on site. How does that process look like here now, Mark, given that you guys are all across the world pretty much working with different teams?
Well, for this particular event, it was pretty awesome, actually. We had meetings every morning for an hour with the triage team. So when bugs come in, if there's issues that we need to discuss, they were moved into what's called needs discussion. And every morning, we'd all sit around and talk about these issues, and then get them out of that needs discussion into either a triage state or request more information. And normally at our live hacking events, we're kind of rushed at the end because we're inundated with, but in particular, being fun because we're able to get through everything and have everything handled and managed in such a way that I feel that we only have 3 bugs that are required to be seen to, and that is because we are doing a little bit more further investigation on the back end. But we are now in a literally a closed state for this one. So in terms of triage for this event, it was great.
Very cool. Today there was a pretty big jump in the bounty total. Sean, I'm curious to hear from you. How did it go? I think you guys had a $200,000 jump in the past 24 hours. We're at 672,976. So safe to say about $673,000 in bounties over a span of a little over a week. How does it feel seeing that kind of a bounty coming in and that jump that you guys had?
Well, I got so excited in the last 24 hours, I decided to jump in, find some bugs, get paid, and I'm just kidding.
Of course.
We like to throw something into the mix in every event, whether it's some surprise scope, a different bounty table, some unique swag, whatever. So besides this being a virtual event, as we got towards the end, we saw some of the activity start to tail off, and we said, you know what, we want to finish this strong. We don't want to end with a whimper. This is the first virtual live hacking event that we've done here, Paranoids and HackerOne together. Let's go for it and get some activity. So we upped the bonuses for the last 24-hour period, 50% bonus on whatever anybody submitted, and it definitely got some folks engaged, energized, and we found some really valuable things in that last 24 hours. And I think it was that turning of that dial that got us to that place. So I'm super happy at what we found in the last 24 hours, and we're working on addressing it. But it definitely upped the ante for the event. That's for sure.
Yeah, you guys have some record-breaking bounty amounts. We'll skip 415 again. I can't think of what the bounty amount was. I want to say it was over $500,000 that last time. But Vegas, you guys completely went over, hit $1 million. What does it feel to you guys? For hackers, it's very exciting, a corporation paying them to hack them legally without any issues, right? It's the dream's coming true. But how does it feel to you guys on the paying end, seeing that $1 million is a lot of money, and seeing that money go out, in 24 hours, and again with $500,000 over $600,000 this time? How does it feel to you guys, and what does it mean to you seeing this money go out to the hackers?
To me, I'm really sad about it because I need to be on the other side. I want to be finding shit and getting paid.
I like that. I'm on the same boat as you, Mark. I think you and I definitely have a little bit of FOMO. But Sean, what about you?
No, I tell you what, I would honestly like to pay more at the events, because what we're finding things from, what Flying Toasters just mentioned, from a unique perspective, technique that somebody has that maybe we don't have as strong in-house, simply because we just don't have the numbers. Somebody who, some of the folks who've been on our platform have been here since almost the beginning. They know these platforms probably better than some of my newer product security personnel, right? Mm-hmm. So when they see a change, when they see something happen in the industry, they can jump in and find some things that we currently aren't finding. So we're totally happy to be engaging the community this way, exchanging the dollars for vulnerabilities that we're finding in our systems, and protecting our users. So it's a great story for us. So and Mark and Chris, they press me all the time. Let's pay more. Let's figure out some unique ways to get money in the hands of our hackers and exchange that for knowledge about our systems. So I love it. Except for the very first H1415 that still to this day, when I think about it, raises my blood pressure 20 points. When that thing opened up, and in that particular event, we didn't have the early submission. So it was literally, we opened up that morning and my phone just went zing, zing, zing. And, I knew that we were going to have a whale of a day.
How does it, talking about getting all these different bugs, what is it, from a security team perspective, what is the reaction? Is it oh shoot, we have all these bugs, or is it a feeling of excitement, like, oh my god, we have all these bugs that we get to fix and they were not previously identified? How does that feel, working with the hackers? And I'm sure some of these apps have been around for a while. Example, the scope for this event, we won't discuss what it was, but it was a little bit harder to get access to it. But it seems like, some of the hackers who were from that, that had access to that app has already looked at it. There was some filtering in place. There were some bugs that were found. But, again, working with the hackers, value-wise for you guys, how does that look?
It's all over the place depending on who you talk to and which report and what time of day and who is standing next to them. And the same report can change moods across the day, across the minute. We frequently have really excited conversations about bugs that, it's like, oh man, this is an amazing find. I can't believe this happened. Let's go work on this, right? And then the next bug that follows that 10 minutes, an hour later, that might be similar, right? Now we're looking at someone who found something and is poking at the same thing in other places. That's where we start to turn into, why? We need, come on, right? And the more people that notice a trend like that, that's where the blood pressure starts to go up. But that's where we have Mac with our bug bounty lifecycle projects is, everyone who looks at reports is working on identifying trends like that. And then we'll turn those into projects that we go hunt deeper and find other things and issue systemic fixes for across the company, across products and things.
You guys have gone also a step, taken a step further with vulnerability identification. Chris, you and I did a talk in LA for Apps at Cali where we talked about the banana stand. Why is it so important that you guys set up these internal infrastructures for hackers to be able to use them during their testing, especially when it comes down to bugs like SSRF?
I can answer that real quick, and then I'd like Mark to actually answer that.
Go for it.
We stood them up so that we don't have people poking around needlessly. The banana stand, and this is in the policy page, so it's pretty open. It's a intentionally set up server that is deployed in our key network locations across all of our data centers where systems exist, with shared network access to everything in those network segments. So if something can get to the banana stand, then it could also get to other things in our network. And when we have people poking around, we would rather you target these things that we have specific logging intended to catch you and notify us, rather than going to poke around other things that is probably going to get you caught as a malicious actor, rather than participating in the bug bounty program. Mark, do you want to add to that?
Mark, I was going to say, do you have any insight you could share?
You've pretty much nailed it on the head there. I will say Banana Stand has cost us a fortune because they know targets to go after. The poor little Banana Stand's got a beating up during this live event.
And the banana stand is, how does it work again? Just a quick, review of it for people that don't know how it works.
So, for SSRF, you've got a parameter, keeping it simple, URL equals, and then you point it at banana stand. If it's going to hit, it will hit it. And then sometimes it might be error-based, it might be blind-based, or it could be full content dependent. Or some of them are content type. They don't actually care. They'll render the data regardless. Those are the best SSRFs, if you can get those. But what happens from our perspective is we'll get a notification every 10 minutes to say so-and-so hit this banana stand. So if you're ever going to use banana stand, I would recommend putting a question mark after it and then tagging it with your bug bounty handle. And then you can ping either Chris or myself, and then we can quickly go in and look and say, yep, I can see your name right here. So you did hit it and you hit it at this time.
This got to be very, very valuable. And I think you can, more than anything, Mark, verify this, that as a hacker, that's like a gold mine, right? You no longer have to look for an IP address to look for file extensions that may work if you're limited into JSON, JPEG, or whatever.
Yeah, for other bug bounty programs, I would totally recommend having something like this. I know Uber has, and I'm pretty sure Joel put out their SSRF Sheriff. So if anyone out there that does actually run a bug bounty program, I would highly suggest putting these in.
Very cool.
I want to give if I can give kudos to Mark Noonan on the team, who I think he was the one who coined the banana stand phrase from a little Arrested Development. There's
always money in the banana stand, right? Very cool. Well, we've been around the world so far. If I can think of it properly, we've done Vegas. You guys have gone all the way to, what can I think? Vegas, San Francisco, Buenos Aires.
Yep.
What else? I feel like we've done more. There's been so many we have done so
New York.
far. New York, yeah, that was a team event. Chris, look behind you and tell us how many events have you done?
Yeah, so San Francisco, New York, LA, Vegas. We did one with Samix and Raul Awesome in Chile.
That was a
wasn't,
meetup.
That was a little meetup thing. This one's Buenos Aires, Argentina. And then I'm missing a poster from 415 a couple weeks ago.
In LA, right?
Bernard, do you have the
LA,
New York one on your wall, Chris?
Yeah. What? Here, is that better?
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Hey,
Yeah.
and little known fact, it all started with NoCon in, I think, February of 2018. And at that event, that was a first-time event in India where folks spent almost the entire live hacking event doing recon. So we got almost no bugs, except for Bull had a nice day.
Yeah.
But we almost, like Jana and I were talking about the first 415, and I said, look, I really didn't get much from NoCon. I don't know if these live events are worth it. And at the last minute, we decided to do it, and it's been,
it's been a fun ride.
a fun ride.
I'm curious to know, we have a few more minutes left. Everyone, if you guys could give us quickly, what was your favorite event, whether it's the location, the bounty amount, the scope? Sean, since you're on the screen already, do you have a favorite? I think I know what your favorite is, but I'll let you go ahead and tell us what it is.
Oh man, my doing 702 in Vegas, having that be my first one and be record breaker. And I mean, we were triaging till I think 3:30 or 4 in the morning. That was a pretty epic event. And I got to tell you, this one's pretty high up there. So totally different.
Yep.
But those are two of my favorites.
What about you, Mark? What's your favorite one?
It's going to be weird saying it, but it's actually been this event. I mean, I love hanging out with all the hackers, like gearing it up, doing karaoke. But this has totally been, I don't know why, this has been my favorite event so far.
Fair enough. And what about you, Chris?
Every event is unique. They're all interesting. There's a few that I would rank on the lower side, but most of them are pretty fun and interesting. I would say my favorite would have to be Argentina or Buenos Aires. That was my first live event. It honestly changed my life. I was still kind of doing an interim role on the program leading into that, and right before that event and coming out of it, I really decided this was going to be my new role shift. And that event opened my eyes to what live events could be, because I had previously seen 415 2018, which was just utter chaos, and it was many months of work to dig out of that. And it was my first time getting face to face with a bunch of the hackers. Going out for beef balls. It was a terrible decision. 3 steaks in one night. Like, it was just, there's so many fun things that happened. Just a lot of that connection. Yeah, it was.
Very cool. Well, we're coming to the last few minutes. Anything else you guys want to add? We have a few more minutes left. Sean, Mark, Chris, do you guys have anything you want to add? Anything you want to include about the event and the overall experience, or anything you guys are working on?
I will say I had the most interesting board meeting, and it was on the side of a curb at 415. I recall, so there was myself, Chris Nims, Sean, Chris, and Josh Schwartz was there as well. And we were all outside because, it was discussed whether we would go to Stockholm or not. And then we're like, no, we're not going to fly anywhere. We ain't going to do anything like that. We're going to try and figure out a virtual hacking event. And then we came to you guys, and then bam, here we are, all done and dusted. And exactly, turned out absolute success.
Very cool. Well, we're at about time right now. We have to switch over to YouTube. So if you're watching this live, I'm going to switch over my screen and actually watch the HackerOne ceremony for the event, the wrap-up ceremony where the MVH and all the other winners are announced. If you want to stick around and watch it with me, you're welcome to stay here. Otherwise, go to youtube.com/HackerOne should be the link, and I'll leave that in the chat. But before we get off, I want to say thank you to Mark, Chris, and Sean, all from Verizon Media and the Paranoids for joining me today to wrap up this event. Thank you for letting me be a part of this and covering your event. I seriously appreciate it. And we'll talk soon.
I just want to quick thank you to all the hackers who participated in the event. Awesome job. Love it. Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, guys. Also, shout out to Nafi for being in the chat. He wanted a shout out really bad. So shout out to you, Nafi, for joining us for once. Good morning, sunshine. I'm glad you made it. All right, I'm going to pull up the YouTube link. We're going to watch it. If you want to go ahead and watch it by yourself, you're welcome to do it also. If you don't want to see my reaction, see me get hyped, the link is in the chat. But I'm going to switch screens, kick back, and watch this with you guys. And I think the stream's starting here soon. And they're live. Ooh, what's going on? Let me know how the audio is. I'm going to switch over. There we go. Much better. Have a good one, Nafi. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's watch this.
Good morning, good evening, good day. Welcome to the show. You're tuning in to the first ever virtual live hacking event closing ceremonies here with HackerOne and Verizon Media. Thank you for being with us. I'm Luke Tucker, Senior Director Community at HackerOne. Welcome all of our Twitch streamers, all my Nahomies who've been hanging out with Nahamsec.
Let's go, Nahomies!
All week long, crushing it. Thank you to Kali Kai, Renuka, Corbin, CDL, I see you, bud. Dano, Frost, Rohits, we got hundreds of people here. Thanks for joining us. What is a live hacking event? Maybe we can start there for our first timers. Many of you probably know what you're about. You love us, we love you. But a live hacking event will bring some of the top hackers together and they hack on special scope. They get special swag. They get special bonuses and bounties. We usually fly them to a cool place. We are going to be in Singapore this time, but the world had different plans for us. So we're here broadcasting live to hundreds of you. I always say to the millions listening online when we're at these flagship events. But we're here. We thank you for joining us. Now, traditionally, when we get on a plane...
Chat, tell me, who do you think is going to win? I don't know who's going to win. I want to hear from you guys. Who do you think is going to win?
Special stuff that we wanted to put together a few things. So before we get to that sizzle reel, I want to talk about some of the top hackers. Can we bring up the leaderboard real quick? We mentioned bonuses. We mentioned bounties. 672,976 smackaroos. That's quite a few doubloons. We got Mayo Nice, Anshuman, CDL topping the leaderboard here on the most rep game. Samix Bull, Doggy G, Try to Hack. 50 hackers have participated in this event. Hundreds, even thousands, I know, have participated in the educational streams, the stuff Ben's been doing. So thank you, guys. We're going to be going into all these amazing hardware and awards that these incredible hackers have earned during the event.
I appreciate you.
So these are your leaders. These are your incredible hackers. Let's see a little bit of the fun that they cooked up during the last week.
Oh, this is great. I've seen this video. Watch this, chat. This is really fun. Hello and welcome to first day of the live hacking event with HackerOne.
It's a different thing. You know, this is the first ever virtual live hacking event. Nobody knows what to expect.
It's cool to see all these small chats, these kind of hangouts, the hackers organizing their own hangouts.
You know what? We've had some really awesome bugs drop in, like some fantastic ones.
And hacking is the rush of endorphins and stuff like that. When you find a bug, hacking is an addiction.
Our hacker of the week goes to Mayonnaise.
Let's go, Mayo!
The one thing that we do have in common, and it's really in our DNA, and it's that quest to figure stuff out. Call it the knack, right? We all got a case of the knack.
And push-up challenge.
This is going on YouTube live right now. If you want to watch it, you can go watch it on YouTube directly. I'm just doing a reaction and watching.
Fun times, from push-up challenges to Slack memes to Pictionary games to video game sessions.
I know
it was
every
epic.
time I was shown in that video, I feel like I got coffee in my hand drinking.
It's just physical distancing. We couldn't be in the same room, but we're making up for it. So how about we recognize some of these amazing hackers, shall we? Let's go on to every single hacker that's been participating right here in front of you. Inhibitor 181, Justin Kennedy, Space Raccoon, File Descriptor, Swapnil, Zshano, Hypothermia. We've got first-time hackers. We've got some usual suspects, some names you might recognize. OXACB, I know you're online.
Cosmic.
Welcome in the house. Thanks for joining us, guys. 144 people here online watching. Mark Litchfield, Tommy DeVos, Pierre Luke, thanks for joining. Thanks for hacking. Verizon Media came up with some pretty cool things for this event.
Zayed is
Let's
awesome.
go on to the next slide
Show
to
I'm
recognize something we do for every single live hacking event. Unfortunately, we couldn't show everybody online this show and tell. It's exclusive for just the hackers, Verizon Media, and HackerOne team participating. But I wanted to make sure and recognize the incredible contributors that have produced some amazing research here. So we've got AJ Chapman, Samux, a two-time.
So if you don't know what show and tell is, at the end of the event every year or every time we do an event, we do a show and tell. We talk about their bugs, their best bugs that they found, how they found it, and what the methodology was. And these are the hackers that did it this time.
Mr. Chapman in Vegas of last year presenting. So congrats to all the show and tellers. Thank you guys. Monowelt, I see you, bud. Techno Geek, thanks for joining us. Next on up from some of the Verizon Media pre-awards, and then we're going to get into the the HackerOne awards for this particular event. So on up next, let's see. Aha. Best Bug of the Day winners. We're going to get into the Exterminator Award, which is the best bug overall for the entire event. So you're probably going to see a name on here again coming up pretty quick. Paranoid's tweeting, HackerOne tweeting. Congrats to every single one of you guys here. Bonuses. We love the bonuses. There's some sweet ones. Every hacker on this list got some additional sweet cash, producing some incredible research, making Verizon Media more secure, collaborating with other hackers. Congrats, guys. Techno, Zayat. Hopefully you're online, Zayat, and not in bed too early. Nahamsek, COVID-19, Tommy DeVos, Adele, thanks for joining. Johnny Haxer, great job on the bonuses, bud. Last on up, Verizon Media Hackers of the Week. A little teaser potentially for the most valuable hacker, which we choose. So Mayo, CDL, congrats guys. CDL's photo right there. Little tip, he's wearing 415 swag from 2019. And he's on a mountain in Vancouver at the H1604 live hack event. So CDL, much love to you, bud. Welcome to
good work, man.
the
I hope
show.
you're watching this.
Okay, check in with chat. How we feeling, guys? Can you coronavirus can't keep us down. You guys doing good? We're going to go on for another 10, 12 minutes or so, go through some cool awards. Make sure you're tweeting. Make sure you're checking in. You got Nahamsek on the stream, some other folks from the team saying hello. So let's go into the awards. Let's go. Digital drum roll, if you will. What do we got? Best Bug Exterminator. Some of the awards, for those who've been around for a while or have seen some of our live events or seen us tweet about them, this is the first time we're doing this suite of awards. So historically, we've included something called the Exalted and Assassin. Exalted was for the most reputation gained during the event, and the Assassin was for the highest signal. In this case, we've actually gone back to the board and replaced 3 new awards. So first and second place for bounty amounts, recognizing the hackers that have produced incredible value, both for obviously themselves, but also for the customer and their security and the bounties they're earned. Best team collaboration, essentially an MVH in a team format. And of course, the most valuable hacker, recognizing the criticality, consistency, and community in spades for the event. Which hackers provided the most value? I loved Inti's tweet earlier today. Inti DC. I always give him a hard time.
So the first two should be pretty obvious on who's going to be. Thank you for the chair, guys. I appreciate it. And thank you for the sub. Seriously appreciate it. Thank you so much. I want to see who. I think the first two are obvious. The first highest bounties. Maybe it could be a little bit obvious.
Now let's go.
The rest I don't know.
To our first award.
I'm going to shut up and watch this now.
This is the Exterminator. Now, let me say a word about this hacker here. Hacker's no stranger to live hacking events. He's been a great community member, hosting, in fact, I believe it was the very first hacker meetup that we did in, I think, May of last year with the Paranoids in Santiago, Chile. He's a full-time bug bounty hunter, a HackerOne pen tester. Join me in congratulating the hacker known as Samix.
Very cool.
Samuel,
very nice setup.
I was emailing you earlier today. Congrats again. You crushed it. Well done. Bien Samu, Eduardo, Tommy, Sean, the Hamsec, building the suspense, loving the engagement on the chat. 150 people here joining us. Thank you. And Samix, you're the man. Well done.
Well done, man.
Okay.
Very cool.
Ready for some more? Second place award winner. This person earned the second highest bounties. And let's see. This hacker's participated in many LHEs. They've been very consistent. They're a security professional by day, I believe, and a hacker at night.
I know who this is.
They've been red teamer. They've been an AppSec manager. They've done it all.
The intros are on point.
This person hails from San Diego. They are the hacker known as Anshuman.
Let's go.
Well done,
Guests
man.
are gone. There's no more guests.
Incredible. Teaming up with some amazing work, too. Good job. Okay. First place. The #1 bounty earner for H1 2004.
Come on, this one's
the
obvious,
very
Chad.
first
Who is it?
virtual live hacking event. And in fact, I will say, a little teaser here. You've witnessed this hacker doing some acting. He had his directorial debut in the sizzle reel. He actually did a full theatrical production. So see that mini documentary. We'll have to give him a hard time to publish it. This is what quarantine life does to us. We just find new skills and invest. And we were the beneficiaries of this guy's comedic, incredible work. He is setting records with the bounties earned in this event, the highest ever, actually, to my knowledge. This is mayonnaise. Congratulations, bud. Your bounty total was equal to approximately 56,000 jars of mayonnaise. Hashtag COVID life. Am I right? Mayo.
That's a lot of mayo.
What a work, man. On to the next. Best team collaboration. These winners are selected based on the critical amount of the reports, the quality of the reports, collaboration, even outside their team.
I think this has got to be.
It's the only second time we've given this award out.
I think
this team is the most valuable team.
I think it's.
We had about 60 reports collaborated on during this event, and this team produced over a third of them. And they had some very impactful reports, great research for improving the security of Verizon Media. Incredible job.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations to the dynamic duo of Anshuman and Swapnil.
Wow, I didn't think of that. Holy shit. Nice. Very well done.
Round of applause. Great job, team. You guys brought the goods. Well done.
Wow, very cool.
All right. I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to check in with the stream here on my left, seeing all the comments. I'm seeing some shout outs for Mayo. We've got Vikas saying hello. Vihanga, Mayo, all caps. We love you. Great job. Nahamsek, original Mayo, all caps. Sergeant Cardigan, Jess, what's up? Congrats. Well done. Best job for the team. Anshuman, all the peoples. Okay. Now, MVH. Let's bring it up. The most valuable hacker for this event.
This has got to be obvious, man.
This hacker joined the platform
if it's not Mayo,
on August 27th,
I don't know who the winner is. To be very clear, I don't think I know who the winner is. But if it is not Mayo,
They won a Vigilante Award in the past, which, if you know, the Vigilante Award is basically the MVH for a single night of a multi-day, multi-customer HackerOne live hacking event. So they've kind of done very well for themselves. This is their 4th live hacking event. Favorite bug, I would say, it's got to be SSRF. Got to be. Was watching the stream, talking about some of the SSRF sheriff or the banana stand. I'm sure this individual's used that quite frequently during this event. And I know the boys were talking about who's the MVH. What do you guys think? Who's the top of the leaderboard? This person donated $5,000 to the Hack for Good WHO COVID Relief Fund.
It's gotta be Mayo, right?
They shared recon data. I already mentioned his film debut. Yeah, please join me in congratulating first-time most valuable hacker, Mayo Nuts. Great job, man. You absolutely crushed it.
Very cool. I knew it was
Well
It
done.
had to be him.
Thank you for being a part of our community.
Wait, is that Mayo himself?
You're amazing.
Mayo.
Great,
Bro,
great
you won.
human.
Is that you?
If you don't know him, follow him. We have a new Hacktivity following opportunity
You won, bro.
on
The first
HackerOne.
ever
You should take
virtual live
advantage of
hacking
that
event.
for this man right here.
Dude, holy shit. Good work, dude.
And now, these events take a lot of work from everyone. From the hackers investing the time in recon, from Verizon Media and all the preparation. There was months and months and months of preparation to get the scope ready and the special credentials for the hackers that are participating. From the HackerOne side, we have an entire team that brings
I
together.
got you,
But
man.
I wanted to give a chance with the Verizon Media team. We couldn't be in person, so we wanted to have them say a few words about how thankful they are for you. I wanted to just say personally, even on behalf of HackerOne, how incredible a partner they are, how they've been leaders in the bug bounty life cycle, leaders in live events, and bringing on the first virtual live hacking event ever with us here today, that you guys are beneficiaries of our closing ceremonies. So Sean and Chris, take it away. Let's hear from them.
It's been an awesome event. Thanks everyone for all the amazing bugs that we've gotten. Just too many people to call out by name, but we put a lot of effort into this, and we're glad to see that you all did too. Thanks for hacking.
Hey hackers, Sean Porras here from the Paranoids. Just want to thank all of you for participating in this historic first virtual live hacking event between the Paranoids and HackerOne. We've seen some amazing reports, great bug hunting as usual, and we really just want to say thank you for your efforts, and please stay healthy. From the Paranoids to you.
Very cool. Very awesome.
All right. Thank you, Sean and Chris, Mark, Cold Brew, Mac, Bonnie, the entire Verizon Media team. You'll see a full reel at the end with some credits recognizing their team, all the product owners that you didn't see on the videos, but they're in the credits. It takes all the work from them. So we thank you guys very much from wherever you're at. Thanks for tuning in. Got a few other announcements for you. So stick around for a second. Hack for Good. You might have seen some of the billboards we did during RSA and B-sides and H14 and 5. We've gone even a step further and have leaned into Hack for Good as a company building off of our values and principles. We launched something globally today that I'm super excited to share with you. And it's building off of a collaboration feature that we've had on HackerOne for some time.
Yeah, buddy.
You've even been able to donate your bounties for a while, and we have a docs page that goes through that. But now you can just add the collaborator of Hack for Good user to any report on HackerOne and choose your bounty amount to give, and we will donate on your behalf to the World Health Organization Solidarity COVID Response Fund. Wanted to give it up and a shout out to these amazing hackers on the screen here. We got $5,810 that has already been donated from the hackers participating in the 2004 virtual event. SwapNil, Inhibitor 181, Myonize, DKD. Guys are legends. Thank you so much. And I wanted to give a special shout out to the hackers, the tweet shot here, Uranium238. What an incredible gesture to say he's going to be giving a major percentage of his bounties and his earnings to the WHO, taking advantage of Hack for Good. We hope you do the same. We thank you for taking part with us. Our hashtags Hack for Good and Together We Hit Harder are more than just hashtags. We believe in them. We thank you. We believe in you. So what do you think, chat? Let's talk about some more bounties, shall we? Bounties. So this number you see on the screen is actually pulled in the last several hours of the total Hacker Rewards account, the total bounty amount we've paid out to hackers historically ever on the HackerOne platform. We're approaching 100 million in bounties. It's not quite Trace Comma's level, but we're getting close. And this is an incredible milestone that we can all celebrate. Wanted to put it up here as a teaser and wanted to ask you, please tweet at us, shout it out. What should we do for the 100 million? What should the person that pushes that gets the last bounty that pushes us over 100 million? What should we do for them? What should we do for, I don't know, ticker, countdown? Let us know. Let us know your thoughts. We'll be tweeting about it. We'll be talking about it over the coming weeks.
No, we'll have Yobert deliver a PHP book.
It's getting close. I cannot wait for this incredible milestone. So On a final serious note,
That's it.
well, first of all, I'll say, should we do this virtual thing again? Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this closing ceremony and the daily streams that Ben has been working hard on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I know there's been lots of you participating. Thank you for doing that. Share it wide and loud. I'll be posting
Crypto, we started a Cancer Foundation already. I did that last week.
maybe we'll do this again very soon. In fact, H1 2006 will be coming your way before you know it. So stick around to HackerOne's Twitter. We'll be sharing the good news and fun stuff soon. But I wanted to leave with a final note just to say, hey guys, guys, gals, everyone, we're in a dynamic time in our history. This is a once in a century pandemic that's literally changed the way we live, at least for right now. But nothing can keep us down. No pandemic is too great. No virus too scary. The community is stronger than COVID-19. So be kind, hack on. We love you. Blessings. Give it up for the entire team making this possible. Hack for good. Together we hit harder. Enjoy the reel at the end. We love you. Until next time. Thank you.
Let's go, Luke! What a beautiful credit. Holy shit. I'm lightweight sad that I'm kind of sad this event's coming to an end. It was so much excitement and now it's all gone. Holy shit. That went by very, very fast. A lot faster than I thought. Crazy, right? All right, chat. It has been very fun. This was the last, very, very last stream of the H1 2004 virtual live hacking event by HackerOne and Verizon Media. I appreciate you guys joining tonight. I know it's late in a lot of places. Someone said it's 4 a.m. for them. So I appreciate you joining so late. Thank you all for being here. Seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you. There were some subs, some cheers, some new followers. I appreciate you all. That's it for me. I am going to be streaming on Saturday. I'm going to be doing my hacking with friends. Hopefully I can convince Donut, Stoke, and maybe somebody else to join me on this stream on Saturday. We're going to hack the CTF challenges that I've been doing on Saturdays. It's been very, very fun. Hopefully we get to solve another one this Saturday. But until Saturday, I'm out. I appreciate you all being here. If you do have Twitch Prime and you're not using it, hit me with a Twitch Prime. I would appreciate it. I am losing my voice, but seriously, thank you guys for joining me. Have a good night. Have a good day. And we will talk on Saturday. Peace.